This fight is going to be a war right here, gentlemen.
Mende Cukalevski.
Luis Melendez versus Mende Cukalevski.
Chukalevsky.
Chukalevsky, sorry.
I made sure I got the pronunciation from him because I'm picky about it because people screw up my name and it's like the easiest.
How do you mess up field?
It's the S. They put an S on the end of it, believe it or not.
Like Carroll Baskins?
Yeah, isn't that annoying?
But hey, this guy weighed in with Muay Thai shorts. That's what I expect from him. I really don't know much about him. But I'm looking forward to
he
fight.
comes from a gym that has excellent wrestling pedigree too, so I wouldn't discount that.
Where is his gym?
Ultimate Athletics in Syracuse, I believe.
Okay. See, I've been in a lot of these upstate gyms. I'm still learning, but
that's more central New York.
Okay.
Big, strong guy. You know, he's definitely gonna come in here and fight. Luis Melendez. Luis Melendez is probably the physically most gifted athlete I've seen in this cage. The man does one-arm jumping things. He does breakdancing, capoeira. He does standing backflips. It's amazing.
But
Absolutely.
I tell you guys that this is probably the toughest fight ever for him. Mende Cukalevski is an absolute animal. He's got that meanness to him that not a lot of these athletes have. And let's be honest.
He looks like he just wrestled a bear.
He looks like Merab Dvalishvili.
He has that Eastern European look that just shows I'm a beast. Move out of my way.
His girlfriend walks him out to the cage here. Shout out to her as well.
Yeah, by no means am I saying Luis is 100% going to win this fight. I just mean Luis physically, he's more gifted than pretty much anybody I've seen.
It's just God-given athleticism that you can't teach.
Yes.
Like, it's unfair.
No matter how many times I practice, I'm not doing that stuff.
It's unfair. I sit here and look like a dumpster fire, and Luis rolls out of bed, chiseled out of stone.
Beautiful hair.
Yeah.
It might also have to do with the hours of the gym he puts in, but...
No, he, on top of that, he is an athletically gifted human being.
Both his parents were phenomenal
You can
athletes.
put all the time you want into the gym. 9 out of 10 people will not be able to do what this kid does.
I agree. Well, when you hear about the pedigree he comes from, his parents were phenomenal athletes. So it's no surprise that he is.
Genetics.
I don't mean to make fights on the night of the fight, but I think Luis Melendez and Nash Hilton would be an absolutely incredible fight.
Before we even get there, this one has so much potential for a fight of the night, and I am pumped for this. I think it's going to be a standing and striking game, and I'm curious to see who has the least amount of mistakes, because I think that's where it's going to come out for this. Because, to be honest, I think these two are going to be the best strikers.
Well,
on the whole
here's
fight.
what I think is going to be the difference. If Luis can create and hold his distance. In his last fight, he was, I think, a little bit anxious. He tried a lot of jumping, spinning, these different things. You know, if he can kind of bring himself down and compose himself and really institute his will, I think it might be different. And he did go over and spend some time in Thailand for this fight.
Yes, he did.
I do want to point out there was a lot of people that thought that Luis in his last fight was what they call finish hunting, trying to get that highlight reel finish. I talked to him and to his opponent, and Ant was actually trying to counter-strike a lot against Luis. That's why we saw kind of I don't want to say a lackluster performance there from Ant, but he was trying to counter-strike an absolutely incredible striker, and it didn't work out for him. This Mindy, though, what a gentleman. He helped the USMTA clean up something out of the cage. What a gentleman.
Most athletes in mixed martial arts really do handle themselves pretty well.
Oh, absolutely.
So as you notice again, both these young men have the shin guards on.
This fight's so good, it has potential, so much potential. They made it the main fight for the undercard.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
Our fifth fight of the evening, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday at 169.8 pounds. Representing Ultimate Athletics out of Syracuse, New York, the Macedonian monster, Mende Cukalevski. And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in yesterday 169.6 pounds. Representing Team Jucal out of Scotia, New York, Handsome Lou, Luis Melendez.
That nickname is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
And the man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell is Dan Mergliata.
I know that was a hotly contested thing inside of Team Jucal, was what the nickname for Luis Melendez was going to be. I'm glad they finally settled on one.
Handsome Lou, that's quite the
It was going to be something like El Surgeon, or the surgeon in Spanish was going to be his nickname, but I guess they decided on Handsome Lou.
Here we go, the main event for the undercard. Nice kick.
Now, Luis is doing a good job now keeping some distance like we talked about. And as you notice, his opponent's trying to close that distance. Nice job with that countered
This is
right
a fight
hand.
I would have loved to see without the shin guards.
I'd like to see where both
Nice
guys can use
lead leg
knees and
kick.
elbows, too, on the pro
So if you
level.
notice, this is where that southpaw and orthodox angle is created. So Luis has that right leg where he can really attack the left leg of his opponent.
Shut down the liver, correct?
Oh, with his rear kick, absolutely.
Ooh,
Nice kick.
looked like he caught him with that body shot here.
Nice awareness. Oh, he got the leg. Can he take him down with the single?
Good say, he got in there deep.
There's a lot of people, though, that say Luis's grappling is as good as his striking here as he gets put on his back.
That was a great
Doing a
takedown.
good job getting to a hip. He's trying to get down that elbow. He's got his opponent has the body lock underneath. Giving
He's
him some
throwing some
punches.
massive shots to the body.
Trying to pressure him down onto his back, using his head very well. Luis is trapping that left leg,
Get some space
trying to
here.
stop him from advancing.
Yeah,
Trying to
Chukalevsky's
shrimp
doing
out.
a great job smothering right now. Melendez
Looking
is
for that
battling.
mount. Nice job by Melendez. He's got that foot in that hip.
As you know, you can't ground and pound in this fight as a novice amateur rules.
To the face, yep. To the body, not to the face. Both men are very calm.
Melendez is doing a great job tying up Chukalevsky's arms.
Here, Nels Larson in the corner of Luis Melendez shouting out instructions as Luis is scrambling here, trying
This
to
is a
maybe set up a
hard-fought
submission.
transition.
Wow, great scrambles here by both men. Wow, nice job by Luis
The hip
to
work
retain
on that.
guard. That comes from all that dancing, capoeira, break dancing. Man's got
Absolutely.
hips.
The man's got hips. We saw a little salsa on the stage at weigh-ins yesterday from
Oh,
Melendez.
I missed that. I was late to weigh in.
So if you notice, he's using his legs to try to work up and try to be active from the bottom, which is good, but can also open him up.
He's got that leg
Absolutely.
over the shoulder. Is he potentially going for maybe a triangle choke here, or what do you think, Will?
He could be trying for a triangle. He could be just basically making him think, because he's trying to use those legs open and create some distance, create some angles, create some opportunities.
He had like one butterfly, I know, at the same time, so I don't know if maybe his foot
And
was stuck.
Kukulevsky's just doing a good job, but he's having a tough time
working
passing
hard.
the guard and then maintaining it once he gets it.
He's
Luis
working
is so
very
good
hard.
at creating these scrambles anytime he gets a little bit of space that it seems to have thrown off the groove of Chukalevsky there on the ground.
That hip work by Melendez was phenomenal. Like you're saying, he's working so hard to make that transition to the side. He's not getting anything, and he's working too hard.
I bet
for
you he
that.
could hula hoop like a motherfucker.
Oh, I bet so. I bet you're right.
I can't hula hoop. I'm getting too fat. They just kind of get stuck.
Tell your wife I'm sorry.
The hips don't lie.
Our beautiful Shenanigans cage girl bringing her second round card around.
Letting us know round 2 is about to begin.
Cameras on the crowd. Everybody's excited.
looks like
They're
a
interested
serious
waiting for this to start.
It's going to be
there.
an interesting round to score. Chukalevsky was on top, trying to transition, but Melendez did a great job looking like he was putting him into
He
threatening
did, but what are the
positions.
judges seeing?
Yep.
They're seeing Kukulevsky on top and
Absolutely.
aggressing.
That's an interesting round. Good round.
Now, even if you give the striking to Luis, you may give the grappling to Kukulevsky. Now, who was more aggressive?
Absolutely.
Who had more cage control?
I could tell you what, I'm glad I'm in this chair, not the judge's spot.
So here we go, round 2. Big Dan, tell him let's go. Melendez comes right at him.
Taking the center of that cage.
I love how Melendez mixes it up with the strikes, the kicks, switching stance.
I'm wondering when we'll see something flashy from Melendez here.
I think everything Melendez does is flashy.
And some of the videos I've seen from this guy in the gym are absolutely insane.
They're both kind of feeling each other out. A lot of mutual respect right now.
Absolutely.
Chukalevsky understands the striking pedigree of Mr. Melendez here. It'd be hard not to. You see, find me another amateur athlete that's sponsored by Jack Links.
That was a very telegraphed single, low single, but the strength from Chukalevsky was able to pull that leg right up and work it to drag Melendez down to the ground.
Melendez again doing a good job, using his hips, getting back to guard, looking for that right arm.
Looks like there's a slight cut underneath Chukalevsky's left eye.
Yep,
you see the blood
definitely
coming out.
is.
There it is. You can see right on the camera, pouring out.
Well, the nice thing is at least it's below the eye.
Absolutely. So we're not really in danger of fight stopping. So,
unless it swells so much that it closes the eye, but I think we're going to be all right. Now, so again, Luis is doing a great job, right? He's pushing away, he's using his hips, but what are the judges seeing right now, guys? They're seeing him on bottom.
He's doing a great job tying up Chukalevsky.
Doing an awesome job.
Yeah.
Well, I want to bring this back to Nolan Brant versus James Carroll. Sometimes being on the bottom doesn't mean you're going to lose the fight, because Nolan spent a good chunk of that fight working out of his guard and was able to pick up a win over James Carroll.
And then, to be honest, in that fight,
but I will say it's a little bit different because Kukulevsky's had all the takedowns.
Yes, definitely, you know, a black and white situation here where one's opposite sides of the spectrum here. Looks like Luis might be breathing heavy out of the mouth here.
And I'm a firm believer. You got to think about the judges. What kind of background do they have? Are they a grappler? Do they understand? I know they all understand it, but do they? I don't know if they're unconsciously favoring it. You know what I mean?
Even if there's rules, everybody sees things through their own perception and their own lens.
Oh, that cut is bleeding pretty good now, guys. And just real fast, let's give a quick shout out to all the friends and family of Luis Melendez watching at home in beautiful Puerto Rico.
We got him in like, it looks like a cradle without the head. I can't really see right now. Tough angle. Oh, he's fighting like a Kimura.
Yeah,
like
Luis has got that arm.
Oh, in the mount. Can he hold it? Oh, he's got that foot. Can he pass? Luis doing a nice job trying to catch that foot. Luis has great mobility, so he's able to really, correct some situations.
Absolutely. And like you're talking about how much of an athlete he is, when he's in bad situations, he finds that way because of his athletic ability.
I wouldn't want to be the judge. I mean, it could be 1-1 or it could be 2-0.
Absolutely. Because to be honest, Chukalevsky on top in that second round didn't get a lot of work done. He kind of struggled. So. Now, if you're in Melendez's corner, what do you say? Stay away from that single?
I'm saying stay off the ground.
Yeah. It's tough, though, when you got a guy like that shooting from a distance and still managing to drag you down with a single leg.
Once again, I would tell him, why did you put me in your corner? You have a million better options.
I think that kind of shows the strength behind Chukalevsky when he's able to single leg drag you down to the cage like that. We're talking about grabbing his low single from a distance. That's not easy.
In Macedonia, they wrestle bears. Get out of here.
You're probably right. And they really don't have knees.
Looks like there's a cut on the knee as well from one of those scrambles up against the fence there for Chukalevsky. Obviously not a problem for him. He could probably cut his arm off and he wouldn't care.
Could be a little road rash from the canvas.
And if you're looking at the athletes themselves, it looks like Kukulevsky has a lot more damage. But again, he's controlled the fight thus far.
Oh,
Luis, that's a very telegraphed shot. Got to set it up with maybe a jab or something.
Dan Mergliata almost a victim of a hit and run there. Oh.
Looked like the shin pad ripped on him.
Nice little cluster here. Look at that. Dan, the man, being so friendly, helping everybody out. My shoe's untied, Dan.
There we go. And the action begins.
All right, here we go. Final 2 minutes in round 3.
Look at the meanness in the eyes of Chukalevsky here.
He looks like the kind of guy who's going to come collect money if you owe it.
Yeah.
Now this is what Luis wants, keeping him at the end of the punches, at the end of the strikes.
Oh, Dan, you got to look out there, homie.
Yeah, this is what he wants.
Oh, my goodness. Please prepare for takeoff.
See, this is what I wanted. I would love to have seen this fight when they're not novice amateurs, because now we're talking about a different fight when you can ground and pound and strike the head.
Now, even at pros, man, because then Luis has access to his full arsenal. Mende can use elbows on the ground.
Yeah, then you're talking about knees to the head, elbows. Well, there's a lot of things you can use.
And again, look, Luis has a very open guard. He's doing a nice job. That's not the question.
No, yeah, you're right. He is doing a great job.
It's the suffocating pressure coming from Chukalevsky here.
And I think Chukalevsky knows if he stays on the feet, he's going to get caught by Melendez.
We have ignorant calls for standing them up
I was going
from
to say,
the crowd.
in every MMA fight, you hear that guy in the back either see him twist the dick or stand him up.
Twist the dick or stand him up. Gotta love it.
Like, for anybody wondering at home why they're not standing them up, it's because they're actively working here.
Well, this is part of the sport. So anyone who wants to stand up, go watch boxing.
Or Muay Thai.
Yeah, Muay Thai.
Kickboxing's out there.
This is part of MMA. You know what you're going into when you come here.
Demetrius Johnson.
Geography of the fight could be anywhere. Right now it's on the ground because the man on top brought him there.
And Mindy is not just laying and praying.
No,
he's working hard. You can see it. You know what? Back to that little conversation there. If you want to watch an MMA Muay Thai mixed bout, Demetrius Johnson's got one coming up. That's going to be fun.
I expect him to choke Rodtang out when it's MMA rules. If he can make it through the Muay Thai.
I mean, he's no slouch on the feet. But back to the action in front of us here.
But his name isn't Rodtang.
Yeah, that's the other point.
Mendy is really working those body shots. Nothing significant to really put some severe damage.
So 10 seconds left. Just smothering, suffocating pressure from Mindy.
To be honest, not the way I thought this fight would go.
No, I definitely didn't predict a decision here on this one, gentlemen.
I'm curious to see how this goes. I have it going to Mindy. I don't know if that's going to be
I have it Mindy 2-1, maybe 3-0.
Same.
Great sportsmanship shown by both of these combatants here.
I don't want to see an immediate rematch. I want to see a rematch for a title later down the road.
That would be a lot of fun.
That's what I want to say.
Hey, respect for taking the fight. I'm just saying respect for taking the fight when you prepared for somebody else. Respect. Test. Oh, I'm back.
Test, we're good?
We're good.
All right, we're going to throw it up to Mike Falvo for the official decision.
And big Dan Mergliata.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge John Bernard scores the fight 29-28. Danielle Walter scores the fight 30-27. And Rob Exisa scores the fight 30-27. For your winner by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Mende Cukalevski.
You know, and it really doesn't surprise me if you look at the athletes that use that style, guys like Habib, you know, Islam, guys like that, it occupies the time. It wins the rounds.
If you could bet on amateur mixed martial arts, you probably would have come in as the biggest underdog on the card. You cash in on the successful debut, man. How do you feel right now?
I feel great, man. Thanks for having me here. I'm just happy to do my first show and perform out there. I wish I did better.
Only his first fight.
Wow.
He's a tough guy, so.
It's impressive.
A little marked up here under both the eyes. Obviously nothing that's bothering you, man. I'd really like to see you back in here in January, man. You got this meanness to you. Let's talk a little bit about that. What's the future look like for you?
Yeah, I want to step in. anytime, whenever, whoever they have for me, I'm ready.
As long as it's not against me, man, I am down for it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for your winner, Mr. Mende Cukalevski.
Great job by Mende Cukalevski. And again, let's not take anything away from